ripped away their childhoods instead of following the path of what a teacher should be. I let my selfishness override the boys' best interests.
It was a case that shocked the county. A former Teacher of the Year from National City charged with sex crimes against 2 boys. Today, as you saw, she sobbed her way through a prepared statement before a judge sentenced her to decades in prison. Thanks for joining us for the News at 4. I'm Catherine Garcia.
And I'm Michelle Medina in for Monica Dean. Jacqueline Ma was arrested back in 2023. This afternoon, a judge sentenced the former Lincoln Acres elementary school teacher to 30 years to life in prison, meaning she's eligible for parole after 30 years.
NBC 7's Shelby Bremer was in court for today's sentencing. She joins us now from outside the South Bay Courthouse in Chula Vista. Shelby?
Catherine, Nichelle, it was an incredibly emotional hearing. Jacqueline Ma cried throughout her entire 4-minute statement. Her family was in the courtroom, as were investigators on the case. Through those tears, Ma took accountability for her actions, grooming 2 young boys just 11 and 12 years old.
I manipulated John Doe 1 and John Doe 2. I abused my authority. I exerted power and control over them. And I deceived them into thinking I was their friend. Boys this age should be playing outside, feeling carefree, and enjoying their last few years of childhood. And instead, I thrusted them into adulthood.
Once Teacher of the Year, Jacqueline Ma will now spend 30 years to life in state prison after pleading guilty to 4 counts of sex crimes, including lewd acts on a child. She was arrested in early 2023 after the mother of one of her 2 victims reported finding messages between Ma and her son. A search of Ma's phone revealed messages with John Doe 1 describing sex acts and even explicit photographs of the child, as well as directives to turn on vanish mode to delete their communication. The investigation turned up another victim, John Doe 2, who she also messaged and attempted to abuse inside a classroom. Ma previously faced 165 years in prison before striking the plea deal in February. Today, she reiterated she is guilty and deeply ashamed.
Even after all the abuse they endured, I put both boys through experiences that left lasting wounds. I also deeply hurt John Doe 1 and John Doe 2's loved ones. When I originally met the boys' family, they graciously welcomed me into their lives. And I lied to their faces while secretly abusing their sons. Upon discovering my crimes, John Doe 1's mom discovered that I was not the teacher or the person that I presented myself to be.
The prosecutor in the case said the boys' families declined to share any statements today, but he did say that John Doe 2's mother said one sentence: she cannot believe she trusted Ma, and she is otherwise speechless. We'll have much more coming up at 5 and 6, but for now, live in Chula Vista, Shelby Bremer, NBC 7.
Okay, hear me out. I'm speaking from the position of someone that does not have children. Okay, I understand that this woman is a sexual predator, and she preyed on an 11-year-old and a 12-year-old, and also met one of the boys' moms, and all the while she was molesting the kid. The mom knew her, talked to her, whatever that scenario was. I don't know, family. I just feel like 30 years is a long ass time for this. I'm not saying, listen to me before you leave a fucked up comment, I'm not saying she should go free or she should not go to prison. She should go to prison. She should be labeled as a sexual predator for the rest of her life, okay? She should have to live with that decision for the rest of her life. I just don't know about 30 years, okay? I'm telling you. I saw in the comments of this video, I saw one person put that it's not that her sentence was too long, it's just that other crimes have been punished with sentences that were too short. That, I could respect that. But be that as it may, I mean, listen, I actually know a guy who he had a second-degree murder. He did 10 years in prison, came home. I have seen sexual offenders go in and out of jail and prison, getting 5 years, 3 years, 18 months, probation. Okay. Now, are those sentences too light? Potentially, possibly. Okay. But this woman getting 30 years, I don't know. I'm not taking up for her. Again, I need to stress that. I'm not taking up for her. I'm not taking her side. But 30 years is a very, very long time. I mean, she's probably in her 30s. Wow, this is something. I just think that was pretty harsh, considering the precedents that we have of so many people doing things like this and getting much less time, But hey, maybe the judge wanted to make an example, and I'm sure a lot of people are happy. I'm sure the parents are happy because, hey, I don't know. Like I said, I don't have children, so I don't know what that would feel like. I can't imagine what kind of anger the parents must feel towards someone, especially someone like she was interacting with the mother of one of them in whatever way, probably a parent-teacher situation, but still, these parents, they entrusted their kids, their 11-year-old and their 12-year-old, and they were molested, they were abused, they were taken advantage of by someone that they were in whose custody they were in for school. So I 100% agree with her getting, and even a pretty lengthy sentence. She could have 10-15 years, but 30 years, guys, like, wow. But listen, this is one of those FAFO situations. You fuck around, you find out, you play stupid games, and you win stupid prizes. I don't really have sympathy for her, but just the fact that the sentence was so long when so many others have gotten much shorter sentences, that's really just what I'm talking about. But at the end of the day, the bitch should not have been molesting little boys. So, hey, sayonara, lady. And I don't know. But anyhow, I would like to know how you all feel about this. What do y'all think? She was the teacher of the year. She had everyone fooled. And turns out she was molesting little boys. And who knows if these two are the only boys that she molested. Drop me a comment. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you for coming back and watching my video. As always, I'll see you all soon.